Hi guys. I just got done taking a shower. I did a quick workout today, worked in the yard, things like that. Um, I kind of wanted to talk about my path here, and I'm going to try to do it without crying. But um, God is at work in my life. So um, my journey began 4 years ago. I guess it will be in October, it will be 4 years. And it was only supposed to be a health journey. I was only supposed to lose weight, and because I never realized or never thought, expected that I would stop hurting, that I would become physically healthy. I never expected to realize that I had emotional struggling and have all of those things be taken from me. If God had shown me 4 years ago my path today, I would have went running, because that's something that I did so well back then, or all of my life. I ran from anything that was uncertain, that was fearful, and anything that I didn't understand. And even though I am so in love with what He is doing in my life, I wouldn't have done it. Because He has shown me bits and pieces throughout my entire life of me being here today. But I never expected it to be like this. It takes a certain amount of suffering, a certain amount of shedding your limiting beliefs, of chronic pain, of inner struggling, of fighting demons, in order to fully receive your blessings or your spiritual gifts. I have always had this gift. Perhaps I could have had this gift early on in my childhood, but I was afraid of it. I was terrified of it, and I pretended things weren't happening, and I pushed them aside, which created so much inner struggling, because it was like two people. My true self wanted to come out and be here and exist, but the person that I was pretending to be wasn't allowing it. And a lot of people won't understand what I'm talking about or what I'm going through. You have to be on the same sort of path, not the exact same, but on the same journey. You have to have some of the symptoms that I've experienced. And I'm pretty sure that there are people who are having symptoms like I had for 15 years or all of my life. who think that that is really what life is, that we are just a victim to chronic pain or to the inner struggling or the victimization of what society wants us to be. It isn't. It is because you are on a spiritual path. And I realized that everything that I went through, especially after my car accident, was to create who I was today, who I am today. It was my wake-up process. Because through all of that suffering, my faith was tested. And like I said, had God shown me every single thing like He is showing me today, I would have denied Him. And I'll be the first to ever say that I have denied God. That I ever doubted that He existed in my life or existed at all. I always felt like I was being punished, so how can there be a God? Little did I understand that everything was preparing me for today and for what He has for me in my future. I am lost now when He is not with me. And it's not because He's not with me, it's because I lose my focus. And that's why I don't have to drink anymore. I don't have to cover up with pills or drugs any longer, because I have a different type of strength. I have a different type of need. I speak to God all the time, as much as possible. I need and I crave His love. He is now the only thing that I am so certain of. The things that He shows me every day. The blessings that He gives to me every day. And the love that He shows me on a daily basis. And I finally feel worthy of this. That's the thing that I understand about who I was before, or when I see people struggling. Even though people say they believe in God like I used to, of course the way that you live reflects that truth. But people don't truly feel worthy of God's love, and therefore never open up to all of His blessings. That was me before. One, when you don't love yourself enough, you don't realize that God is there. I began my journey by loving myself, by trying to love myself, and I kept going. No matter what my heart and my mind tried to tell me to do, or what the devil was trying to whisper in my ears. The pain that I felt didn't control me any longer. The inability to do something didn't control me any longer. The anger in my heart didn't control me any longer, and I kept moving forward. And each step that I took gave me a different blessing, a different miracle, and opened me up to my spiritual gifts. My gifts began almost a year ago. September will be a year that things started happening all over again. I was so confused, and I doubted the things that were happening. Yet, it felt so great when they did happen, and I finally began to just allow things to be as they were, and I enjoyed every single moment. I didn't question it, but I didn't understand that it was God talking to me, that He was trying to still give me my gifts so that I can help other people. I always thought that my gift was to offer health, to be a coach and help people become healthy with their physical bodies. And that is still part of my desires. But I never, ever expected it to be this. And God wants me to use it for the greatest good. He is telling me to. And it's not that I'm afraid to do it and speak about it openly for myself, because I know how wonderful it is, and I know that God has my back. I know Christ is holding my hand as I go through this journey. But when we have family and friends who can influence our loved ones, that's where it takes a different turn. This is going to happen regardless if I want it to or not. It's my path. It's written in stone because God knew me before I was born. He knows every single thing that I am going to do before I do it. And this is part of who I am, a part of what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And I can't wait to start using it for others, just as I have been using it for myself. So trust in your path. Trust in God. Share your gifts, because you are loved. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.